Sláinte and welcome to another episode of the Crafty Beer channel. What have I got for you today? Look at it, an Aussie icon. Yes, indeed, I've finally got to it. I've been so excited about doing this, to be honest. I've been really keen to review the Fosters. Why? Because there's such a stigma around it in this country. But look, I thought, let's get it out, let's have a go, and I'll give you a bit of a background of it and maybe a bit of a background as why the Aussies hate it so much. We'll give it a taste, see if it's any good, give it a wee rating. Yeah? Okay, let's get on with it. Okay, so I have my notes here because it is an interesting history, and I thought, well, I'll make a few notes, we'll go through it, get the tasting, and we're off. Created in 1888 in Melbourne by two American brothers called William and Ralph Foster. Now, I'm not going to go too much into the story of it, but basically they introduced a cold, refreshing lager back at the time when they just started having refrigeration, you know, where it was a bit more common, so they could have a cold beer and people really get into it. And lagers were just starting to get, I suppose, popular around then as well. Now, the guys didn't actually stay in charge of the brewery very long. I think 1907 or something like that. And then they actually moved along. And it was bought up by one of the bigger breweries over here. But what I do want to say is that, look, it has charged on as history, but it eventually became less popular over here. And I think that was with breweries such as VB, Tooheys, 4X, Coopers, all kind of took over from it and pushed it aside. So it definitely became a lot less popular. Now, whether this is a coincidence at the time or, you know, it was maybe their model because they were losing popularity in Australia, but they actually became, especially in the 80s, very popular overseas, a great export. America, England especially, I know England, and I think even in Ireland it was there. But there was the whole thing, it was the marketing, right? So they've done this huge marketing campaign, especially in America, and sold it as the Aussie beer. This is the Aussie beer. And I think one of their taglines was something like, Foster's Australian for beer, you know? So absolutely brilliant. What a way to do it. And it took off and it went crazy. But I think this is where the Aussies started to not like it, because the Aussies were thinking, hey, we don't even drink this bloody stuff. And it's over there saying this is what we drink. So not happy with it. So the question I basically asked on the internet is, why do Australians hate Fosters? Because I can guarantee you, you ask an Australian about Fosters and they'll all go, it's horrible stuff. You can't buy it anywhere. I wouldn't drink that swill, blah, 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 right? So the internet says pretty much like what I was saying there. It's not so much that they hate it. It's so much that everyone thinks that everyone in Australia drinks Fosters. And they get sick of hearing it. I will give you an example of that. It's one of my recent videos, probably the one before this, where I told you I've just come back from 3 weeks in America. Now, I spent a lot of time saying, I'm Irish but live in Australia, confused everyone, and I was with an Australian friend. And I can tell you that I remember on at least 3 occasions, where people said, you guys drink Fosters? And I just laugh, like, no, I don't think anyone particularly likes Fosters in Australia, and it's very hard to find. I didn't think I was going to find it, but I did find it in Dan Murphy's. And I didn't write down how much it was because I'm sure anyone that's watching this from Australia wouldn't give a damn. But you won't find it in the pubs. Like, tell me a pub, put it in the comments. If you know a pub that does it on tap, I wouldn't mind going to check that out. But I've seen it in England. I didn't actually see it in America when I was over there, but I've seen it in Ireland and England. Yeah, definitely England on tap. Have not seen it anywhere else. You haven't seen it over here because it's all VB, Tooheys New, Carlton, all of that stuff. So there you go. There's a very quick history to tell you that, look, it was established here. It was popular for a while. More popular breweries have taken over and it just fell by the wayside. And the reason people despise when you ask them is because their marketing campaign has convinced everyone that this is the stuff that Australians drink. And that couldn't be furthest from the truth. They do not touch it. So that was the first part of the video. The second part is, why? Why did it fall out of favour? I actually can't remember ever tasting it. So I'm going to give it a go now. Let's crack her open. There we go. I actually like the can. I think it's pretty cool. You know, the old famous gold circle on it and the F in the middle. I'm sure people have a lot of opinions on what that F stands for, but we'll go with it being Foster's. Oh my Lord. Oh, this glass has sat here too long. So I sat there jibber jabbering, and one of these little flies has decided that he wants to go in for a drink. Well, not on my watch. Get out. Look at him. Cheeky boy. Out you go. It's already drunk. There you go. Okay. So, pours like a golden lager. Nothing outstanding. I wouldn't say that I'm overly excited about trying this, but I'm keen and interested to check it out. And I noticed the head's down immediately, but there's good carbonation in it. There you go. Look at that. That's pretty good looking beer, isn't it? Good looking for a lager. Smells like a lager. Now, before I get into it, what did I say on here? Over 135 years ago, during the summer of 1888, aha, my notes are correct, the Foster brothers gave the thirsty people of Melbourne their first taste of true refreshment. See, Melbourne, why are you so ungrateful? You got your first taste of true refreshment. Now, what do we got? This one, right, so it says this is actually brewed in Australia as well. So this is brewed South Bank, Victoria. 4%, ooh, very low. Well, it couldn't be more sessionable, could it? And I think that is about it. Oh, look at that. See, even on there, it says something about, I don't know, can you see it properly? I don't know if you can see it, but on the label down here, it says 1888 to 1907. There you go. I did have 1907 scribbled down there, and I think that's when the brothers sort of left it. There you go. Okay, not a lot else to tell you. Let's get into it. The aroma, Okay, I didn't know what I was going. I had no idea what to expect. As I say, I was probably tainted by all the other crap macro lagers over here, like your VBs and Tuis and Carltons and all that. I always remember getting a tinny taste off them, like a sort of metallic taste. We always used to say, not that I'd ever done it, but if you ever had stuck your tongue into an ashtray, that's what a VB tastes like. I've never done it, don't want to do it, but if that's what it tastes like, I'm happy to keep it out of there too. But this does not fall into that category so far. Right. There's no, right, so there's no tinniness. There's no, none of that awful aftertaste that you get off the Australian macros. Yeah, no aftertaste. But what I will say is, I'm not getting any taste. there's no flavour. Maybe it needs to warm up. It is cold, man. The can's still cold. There's no flavour of it. I mean, maybe if it warms up a bit, you might get a bit more of a flavour out of it. It's not atrocious. It is definitely not atrocious. I was expecting, oh, I'm disappointed. I was expecting it to be, oh my God, I can see why everyone's cut it off. Nah, definitely not. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not going to blow you away with flavour. So I would say that if you're on a barbecue, stinking hot summer's day in Australia here, and you chuck a few of these here into an esky and keep them nice and cold, yeah, you're not going to be disappointed. That's all right. Yeah, nothing major. No flavour blast, no off flavours. It's just a straight up, easy drinking lager. Definitely tasted worse. Definitely tasted better. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to give it a quick rating. And then something just popped in my head. A review that I could do. But a comparison, right, before I give it the rating, I'm going to say, I would like to do comparison with this one and the other big boys of Australia. The VBs, the X's, the bloody, all those rubbish ones. And we'll see, because that there is not atrocious and it's actually quite drinkable. And I don't think any of them are. So, yeah, why not? Let's give them a try. As you can see, that has gone down superbly easy. Yeah, there you go. Hot day. Well, look, this is a winter's day, but it's not too bad. I could easily drink that. Yeah, that's all right. Come on, Australia, catch yourselves on. Right, rating. Yeah, lager, 6.5, comfortable. Why not? It's not, you're not expecting a lot of flavour off your lagers, are you? Really? But all you want is that you want it to be clean. And it's actually clean. It is clean. There's no off flavours, no, excuse me, no tinniness, none of that stuff. That's easy drinking. And to all you wusses out there like me who like the lower percentage beers, not too low. I'd probably sit around in 4.5 rather than the 4s. But that, look, it's going down easy. It's 4%. You're not getting drunk on that. You can take a few of these and still drive. Man, yeah, all right. There you go. What am I going to say? Fosters, welcome back to Australia. Australia, catch yourselves on. Let's get it back in here. Eh? It's much better than the other rubbish. Well, let's do a video. Let's check it. We'll see. Anyway, I'm jabbering on now. Let's just pull it here. There you go. Foster's, bit of a history of it. Maybe a bit of a background as to why Australians don't like it. They're just sick of you saying that they drink it when they don't. That's pretty much it. But I think they should compared to some of the other ones that they have here. Any comments? Have you tried the I was going to say the VB. VB mad. Have you tried the Fosters? Do you like it? Are you one of the ones that despises it? Am I talking rubbish? Is this a terrible beer? Chuck a few comments in there. Let's get a bit of a chat going. And I will do this in the future. I'm going to get the Aussie beers together and I'm going to do a comparison and see what the difference is. Are we missing out? We'll leave it there. We'll do a quick sláinte. And if very satisfied, slán.